Hey folks, welcome back. I wanted to go ahead and share a little bit more insight into drawing dynamic poses utilizing this drumstick. And this is more of an advanced video. I'll put a link in the description to one of my earlier videos where I talked about this drumstick concept. So if you're not familiar with it, I'll have a link somewhere over here on this screen, so you can always click it, watch that, then come back to this one. So these poses are all utilizing this drumstick approach, and the drumstick is basically a description for a shape which looks something like this. It's going to have a bump, it's going to have a little recession, and it's basically an irregular shape. It has no symmetry. You can't fold the left side against the right side perfectly. You can't fold the top over the bottom perfectly. It's just an asymmetrical shape. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about utilizing this drumstick not only for arms and legs, like we've talked about in the previous video, but also for, adding some flair to shoulders and butts. So I'm going to use this particular drumstick here to give our shoulder a little bit roll. And we'll also do the same thing here with the butt. And I'm just going to go ahead and make that the opposite, right? So we've got this one kind of bumping up, we've got this one bumping down. And the way I'm considering this is, in this particular pose, I'm going to have a character moving away from the viewer. And this bump kind of signifies that this arm is raised. So I can now draw another drumstick, and then I'll just draw another drumstick like so, and another drumstick for a short version of a hand, right? There's a little finger that's pointing out there, and then I can always draw the head and then come back in with another drumstick. And I'm not really going to worry about musculature in this so much, but the drumstick does give you an idea of like where the bone is and where the muscle is. But I'll save anatomy for, the folks that are already doing that on YouTube. All right, so we've got another drumstick here. And what we'll do is we'll stick this foot out, drumstick. And then we'll have another drumstick over here. And so that just gives us a little bit more movement within this pose, and it just makes it look, dynamic. It's not going to look rigid or stiff. Let's do a few more. So let's now consider this same shape here. And we'll draw a line of action. And you can always lengthen a character. Let's just do a tallish character this time around. And we'll have another drumstick like so. And we're adding a little bit of curvature. Notice that the spines are not in straight lines. They've got some curvature. They can be pronounced. They could be a little bit more, tilted, etc. So I've got this long body here. And we'll just use a drumstick for the head. And what we'll do here is we'll have this drumstick come up. And maybe we'll do this thing like he's casting some kind of a spell. And then we'll have a drumstick like this to give him a little bit more balance. So this is a little bit more of a, it's more than just a stick figure. It's a little bit more information than that. We're getting a sense of the character's proportions. We're also working out the basics of the pose without really worrying about detail too much. And I'll even go so far as to say that you can even use the drumstick for the chest as well, right? So I'll shrink this guy down, and we'll do one more so you can get a sense of how this is working. This time, we'll do a character getting knocked over, right? So we'll have a drumstick over here. We'll have another drumstick. I'll just make that the opposite. And this time, we'll have the head tilted back, so we're looking at the bottom, the underside of the jaw. And we'll have a drumstick here for the upper arm, another drumstick here. We'll have some thumbs, fingers, and then we'll have him getting kicked back. So this is almost like someone just totally knocked him out. So he's getting pushed back, and you can see how it almost feels like the character is caught in the middle of a movement. Again, I'm not focusing on details, it's just utilizing the drumstick shape. So if you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people find the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. In the second part of this video, what I'd like to do is flesh out one of the drumstick drawings that I've got here and add some detail so you can see the next phase of development for character design. As always, thank you for watching the videos, and I will see you in the next one. And if you'd like to go ahead and check out some of the other videos that I already have on the channel, please go ahead and do so. And with that, I will see you next time around.